Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Necropop Digital. I'm Neo. This will serve as a primer intro for what you're about to see, because a couple of things need to be mentioned that I didn't feel like editing with captions in Premiere Pro. But one of the things that you'll notice in the cable management portion of the video, which is the last part of it, when you look inside the case, take a good look at the cable, the VGA cable coming off of the graphics card, and you'll notice that I actually stuck a cable clip to it. It's directly on the graphics card. It's in a nice safe area. It's not going to get damaged, and neither is the card. I know, because I'm running my PC right now and it's fine. But I angled it in such a way because I did not like the way that it was kind of going across the motherboard at a weird angle. And it's something that's been kind of a sore spot for me since doing it. And I figured, hey, I've got the equipment. Let's see what I can do with it. And it actually worked out very well. There's you'll see that there's a grommeted slot that it goes into, and that's where I led that particular VGA cable. So it kind of hugs the side of the graphics card, and then, like, if this is the graphics card edge, it just kind of hugs it, and then almost a 90-degree angle, and then it goes into the grommet, and then it feeds into the back of the system. Because I figured, if you're going to do it, you might as well do it right. And that's something that was bothering me for a long time. I just did not like the way that looked. And now I have the means, and then I had the means to fix it, so I did. Another thing to note is, if you own a Masterbox MB530P or anything within that 3 Masterbox series range, you will not be able to mount the Razer Chroma ARGB controller to the back of the case where the SSD spots are, because the Chroma device is actually too thick. It's a thick boy. So what happens is, I mounted it. I actually moved my SSDs and put them in their respective drive cages with the other 2 hard drives that I have. And, specifically for that. And then when I got everything done and everything was managed, and because I spent 5 hours redoing my entire cable management setup in the back, so it's nice and clean now. You'll see what I'm talking about. But it was so wide that I could not comfortably close the case back, which is glass. If it was metal, I might have let it go, but it's not. It's glass. It's tempered glass. You sneeze and you could shatter that stuff, and I didn't want to take the risk, because I got about 2 turns in with the screws, the mounting screws to hold the glass on, and it's too much. I didn't like it, so I went ahead and mounted, as you'll see, the Chroma device to the front on the power supply shroud, which is fine. It worked out well, because I was able to utilize everything the way it was before, whereas I would have actually had to change some things in Razer Synapse in order to get it to work properly. The next video I'm going to do will be explaining Razer Synapse 3 itself. Because I do want to do a video on how to really get in deep with the customization. You'll see what I did. But so there is that. And just know that you're not going to be able to do that. Unfortunately, I would have liked, if it would have done that, it would have looked cool back there, but more's a pity. It looks fine the way it is, and that's fine. You'll notice a little white thing in there too, and because you'll be like, well, what the hell is that? That's actually the tag. It's a flag tag for the CPU fan that voids if it voids the warranty if you remove it. So, and it kind of crept its way through the grommet. You'll see what I'm saying. Oh, okay, yeah. But the CPU fan mounted very easily, had no problems with it, was able to route the cables like I wanted to, and I was even able to use my extension cable for the ARGB part of it, and it looks great. It really does. I like it. But at any rate, that's basically what I got. Just a real quick video explaining what's going on in the rest of the video. This is an intro. Anyway, I'm an idiot. So yeah, y'all take care, stay safe, and I'll see you on the flip side. Peace. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Necropop Digital. I'm Neo. What you see before you are two items. One is the Razer ARGB controller. I just had to boot the cat. I don't know if you saw that or not. I'm gonna be a lenity. Oh my god, I'm gonna get in trouble for yeeting the cat. Come here. Come here. Why don't you say hi to everybody? Come here, buddy, Phil. Come here. Hurry up. Come on. Get up here. You know you want to. He wants to so bad. Hurry up, you're burning daylight, man. Come on. Get up there. Come on. Look. There you go. Look, mine. He sees the camera. That's why he didn't want up, because he knows he gets put on camera every time he does stupid things. Look, look. Say hi to the camera. Right here. Look. Pep. Meow. See, there it is. What are you doing? Okay, come on. Daddy's got to work. This isn't work, it's a hobby. Okay, screw off. Anyways, what you see before you is the Razer Chroma ARGB or addressable RGB controller. Here, now I've already opened this, so this isn't necessarily a true unboxing of both of them, but well, there's Pepper. She won't jump though. But I figured I would open it up and show you guys what's in the box anyway. And to do that, here, I'll come over here and hopefully I'll be in camera. I don't know. I can't see. The viewport is on the other side of the camera. So what we got here is, first of all, we got documentation, and oh, there's this sticker. See, you see, I don't know, can you see that? There we go. They, I thought they shorted me on the stickers, so, because I just did this video and I didn't like the way it turned out, so. Okay, so here we go. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I'm lining it up here, so here's the documentation for it. Comes with two 3M stickers right here. Hopefully you can see that. Here are the cables. Come on. You know you want to. There you go. So, one's a Molex, and one is a USB, micro USB to USB header on your motherboard. And this is what they look like. So this plugs into the device, this plugs into the Molex. Now, a lot of people are complaining about the Molex, saying it should be a SATA, but I think that it was actually very intelligent for them to do this, because with SATA devices being as ubiquitous and more used than ever before, that means that in some cases you might not have enough SATA ports for your power supply. And this ensures that you have a way and a means to connect it, because since Since Molex has kind of gone the way of the dodo concerning standard use items, like we now like to connect fans to motherboards rather than to a Molex cable. But at one time, that's exactly the way you would do it. You'd hook it up to a Molex, and conversely, you would have no control over the actual fans concerning speed and things of that nature. But either way, I think that this was a good idea because I have a Molex cable. I do have SATA cables in there, but this way here, it ensures that I have at least one way to connect it. If they had maybe a way to have both SATA and Molex, I would think that it would lessen the argument, but that's cost, right? It's these things start to get expensive to produce. Put that there. So here's the device itself. Oh, can you see that? Yeah, you can. Cool. This is the device itself. It's got your plugins up here and here. Now, I would have liked to see plugins down here and here too. It might have been a little confusing, or maybe on the bottom, because as it stands, I don't know if these are going to be long enough to mount the way I want to mount them and have them reach the actual motherboard. I guess we'll find out. The Molex will, because I've got plenty of room for Molex, but the USB header maybe not. So if we look at the back side here, we've got nice rubber surface, and in addition to that rubber surface, so it'll stay in place, and I can attest to this from the last. This is the second one that I've gotten. The first one, port number 1, blew out on me, so I sent it back, and they sent me this. I started the whole thing in December 17th, and I just got it today, which is the 14th of January. So it took almost a month. But Christmas, New Year's, things like that. So we have 6. Well, let me get back to this. So basically, these will mount. You can have it set up to where it'll mount just like an SSD. Keep in mind, though, the problem that you're going to have is with the plugins on either side, the ports. The ports, the way that they're designed, when the plugs plug into them, there's just enough, and I'll have to remove both of my SSDs and put them in their respective drive cages in order to run this. Having it on the back. Otherwise, I could literally just drop this on the front of the case, like on the power supply shroud, and just have it sit on top. But I don't necessarily want to do that in the event. It's really hard to mess with anything. It doesn't sit right, and I don't want it to adhere, because I wouldn't be using these 3M strips. So that's the way I'm going to try it, and hopefully it'll work. And I do know for a fact that if I mount it upside down with the power plugs in the down position, it will go to the USB header on the board. So I just might have to do it that way. Who cares? What I can do, if I really want to cover it up, I'll just put the Razer sticker right here. Okay. I could totally do that. It would probably look like poop, though. But anyways, that's what we got going on. It says hashtag Chroma everything. Razer Chroma RGB. No printing on the side. Now, you do have printing on the sides of or pressing anyway, on the sides of the ports. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not, but you've got 1, 2, and 3, and then it looks like it's 4, 5, and 6. So the way that this is going to mount, it's counterclockwise. Wait, no, it's clockwise. It's clockwise. And to be honest with you, that's exactly how Synapse 3 or Synapse 3 will pick this up. It'll each port is independent, so when you plug this in, fan number 1 is going to appear here. Fan number 2, fan number 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's how Synapse reads it. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this away because I won't be able to use that until much later. Why? Because I've decided to completely re-cable manage my PC. That way there, because it's going to have to be done anyway because of the SATAs. Get this stuff out of the way. We'll get to step number 2. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I bought this specifically for that controller. This is an A71C. And the reason, this is an older model, but the reason why I'm doing this one is because the i71C is non-RGB, number 1, and I believe it's designed more for an Intel socket, even though it will work in, people have reported that it will work in an AMD socket, M4, AM4. But the A71C is a different model, and every time I've looked for this on YouTube, the only one I saw one video for this, and it was in a language that I could not understand. So I'm doing the A version now. Let's go ahead and take this. Now I definitely already opened the blocks on this one, but you know, you guys may be interested anyway, because everything's exactly the way it was. So first of all, you've got your warranty card. Here's the mounting bracket. So you got that. Get the foam out the way now. And here it is. Here's the little controller that it comes with. I will not be using that clearly. We'll have a better controller. It's not a bad little controller. You know, it's very, very simple. It's got one connection here and here. So this will be, I don't know what it's a 5-pin, so I imagine power. No, that's power. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, that's probably the SATA. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, here. It goes into the SATA. So this will plug in. This will plug into here. It'll snap in just like that. And then the other one, I'm not sure where it is, but there's only one cable here, it looks like. Yeah. There might be 2 here. Let's go ahead and open it up and take a look anyway. I think there's only one cable here. Yeah, there's only one. It's a splitter style cable. So anyway, come on, don't do it. Don't be that guy. Close this off here. Mess with this later. Well, I do want to put the zip tie back on it just because. That didn't work out so well, did it? I won't be using that anyway. And here's the fan itself, which it has a very small heat sink attachment to it. I don't know if you can see that. See? Very small. Which is a little concerning, because the AM4 socket's a little, you know, it's a normal size, but that seems like it's a little small for proper thermals. We'll check it out. Here's the A-RGB controller, or I mean plug-in, and here's the plug-in for power. And there we go. And depending on how this mounts, I will more than likely have it mounted just like this, which means, I could mount it underneath too, just like that. It'll go either way, I believe. Which means I will more than likely need my extension cable. If that's the case, I will find out before I even put this thing on. I'll be testing all the wires out, but the length, anyways. So once we're all done installing them, the two items, we'll go ahead and test them out and see how they run, see what they look like. And you are currently staring at my dirty floor because dirty gals. So the reason for this is because I want to show you guys my cable management that I've done. And in addition to that, I will be showing you the inside of the case for my PC and some other stuff. This is going to kind of be a catch-all video, but here we got the J channels in place, and then we've got the power supply hooked in, and that's mounted with two small screws, and I wanted it like that because I didn't know if the 3M strips were going to be able to hold it, because it is pretty heavy. And then we've got my USB stuff back there. You'll notice that you can't really see it, but there is a USB device back there. It's a hub that supplies all the stuff, and I'm getting ready to add another one down here and manage that as well. Here's the power box for my lights that you'll see here momentarily, and that's about it. Now go ahead and look at the front. So here's what the front looks like. I have some cable drops on different areas. You'll see them. Do a shot here. There's Batman. Now we'll look at the inside of the case. So that's what the inside of the case looks like. Probably see my ugly mush. Hey, how's it going? And that's what the A-RGB Chroma Controller from Razer looks like in the box. Now originally I was going to put it in the back, but be forewarned, on at least my setup, I could not use it in terms of, and I mean be forewarned because if you have a MasterBox 530p, the ARGB controller is actually too thick. It's too fat to close the door safely on the back. You'll see what I'm talking about. And it's a shame too, because I actually moved my trays. Let's go ahead and turn that off. I put my SSDs in the drive cage specifically for that. But it took me 5 hours to do all this, but that's because I actually took time to cable manage the rear, the whole back section of it. What you're looking at right there, that's the A71C Cooler Master fan, CPU fan running, and it's running through Razer, which it's going through that cable. And thankfully I did have a extension cable for that. So we've got that running, and then that's what the rest of it looks like there. And then we come down here and we see the lights on the bottom, and then we come around to the front, and that's what it is. That's what it looks like. It's all nice and pretty. And if I expand this, and there you go. That's what the entire setup looks like. Now I'll go ahead and put this back into kind of a zoom. Oh, there's the Pip. What are you doing? What are you doing? He didn't like the claw. I'm not going to show you that, but where you going? He don't know. So one thing, here's the inside of the case. All right, let's go ahead and turn the light back on. Cleaned it all up nice and pretty. It looks good, actually. I'm very proud of that. It took a minute to get it all lined up. Here's some cable management concerning how I addressed the USB connections. You'll notice that down here I mounted cable clips. There's 3 of them here. So one of them's holding it's the HDMI cable for my it's my secondary monitor, and my Ethernet cable, and then everything else is routed through 2 of them, another 2, and then that's mounted. I zip tied it, and then I've got cable drops on it, and that leads to the back, and everything looks nice and tidy now. I mean, still got a waterfall of cables, but that being said, you're not going to get away from that. You're just not. Unless you're willing to start drilling holes in the top of your desk, which I highly doubt you are. I know I wasn't. One additional thing is how I got... Now, disregard this wire or this cable, because that's just for the camera, the webcam, as you can see. And I do take that down from time to time. But the way I address those is I just put a cable clamp on the back, or a cable clip on the back, and then routed them down through. And then there's another one on the bottom there, and then that leads to the drop. And I did that for both of them. So there we go. If you want to see the rest of the room, I'll go ahead and make this big again. And there we go. Those 2 green lights are what's connected to that white power box you saw earlier underneath of my desk. That way there I can control both of them with just one switch. In the event like last night, I couldn't sleep, but my wife was sleeping, and so I just ran my blue lights, the RGB lights on my desk, and then turned off the 2 back lights. But we've got my pop figures, got Iron Man and Spider-Man and the Hulk and all the little figures that I got. And then I've got Venom and Spider-Man. See if we can zoom in a bit. There we go. Venom and Spider-Man. And then over here, we got Pac-Man, Groot, and Rocket and Groot. And then this one I'll have to make big again. But there you go. That's Spider-Man and Venom. If you notice, Spider-Man's all on one side and Venom's all on the other. And then my big bad one is that. And then from there we've got Rodan, Destroyer, and Hedra. And then all my DVDs. And then I've got Black Panther and Optimus Prime. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Until the next one, y'all take care, stay safe, and I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.